In the question number 31, the complexometric titration of calcium ion using the EBT as indicator, why the small amount of magnesium ions are often added. So let's see what happens here. So here Ca2 plus is present and EBT indicator is given, and when this will form CaEBT complex, and the color of this compound is not very much intense. When we are adding the EDTA, it will generally bind to the calcium and it will generate the EDTA complex. Okay, fine. So suppose this color is mild color. Okay, so we are adding EDTA, it will generate this complex. Fine. At the end point, when the calcium 2 plus is finished, so that is the end point, and when we add extra drop of EDTA, so there is no metal to bind with it, and the EBT will be free, and free EBT color is blue. But as this is a mild color, the change from the mild to blue is not that much precise, so we can't determine the sharp end point. But in the second condition, when we are adding the magnesium, so this is Ca2 plus Mg2 plus EBT. EBT has higher tendency to bind with the magnesium, so it will generate the magnesium EBT complex. The color is wine red. Okay. When we are adding the EDTA, it will easily bind with the calcium and generate this complex, EDTA calcium complex. And at the time of end point, when calcium is completely finished by the addition of EDTA and all the complex will convert to this, at that moment, when we add another drop of EDTA, it will bind to this magnesium and it will generate the magnesium EDTA complex. And after releasing the EBT, it will generate the blue color. Okay, so the color changes from the wine red to blue color, that is depicting the sharp end point. So that's why we use the magnesium in it. The question number 32, vanadium shares the chemical similarity with which other group 5 elements, especially in the formation of analogous oxyanions. Group 5, nitrogen phosphorate, Sb, bismuth. So similar to vanadium, the phosphorus form P2O5, the oxyanions H3PO4. So correct answer will be phosphorus. In the question number 33, which of the following reagent is commonly used to convert the RCN to a primary amine? When the RC triple bond N is converting to the primary amine, this is CH2, this is NH2, means adding of hydrogen reduction. This is an oxidizing agent, this is oxidizing agent, this is oxidizing agent, but this is reducing agent. So lithium aluminum hydride is correct answer. Which of the following is the base defines the electron affinity? Electron affinity is the tendency to gain the electron. The energy released when an electron is added to the neutral gaseous atom. That is true. Suppose this is outer shell, we are adding one electron, and that is an exothermic process. So option A is correct. The energy required to remove electron, that is ionization energy. Force of attraction between no. Required no. The question number 35, for the first order reaction, the rate constant K can be determined from the plot of rate versus temperature. No, there is no relation between the temperature. 1 by concentration versus time. We know that ln of A naught by A is equals to KT, and time concentration. So we can see that the logarithmic concentration is related with the time. Here the concentration versus no, concentration by no. This is logarithmic plot, ln of concentration versus time. Correct answer is option D. The question number 36, when a nucleus undergoes beta minus decay, okay, the resulting element moves one place to the, when beta minus means that electron 0 minus 1, means suppose this is a sodium, this is 1123, when it releases the beta 0 minus 1, this will convert it to the magnesium 23. Okay, it is like that. So when beta particle removes from a system, it will increases the atomic number by 1. So write in the periodic table, option B is correct. In the question number 37, what material is most commonly used as a stationary phase in the TLC. TLC, we know that silica gel is used. Option B is correct. The question number 38, which one of the following system has zero entropy? Water boiling 100 degrees centigrade, no. Gas expanding into vacuum, no. Ice melting, 0, no. Pure crystal at 0 Kelvin. So option D is correct. So this is statement of third law of thermodynamics. It states that the entropy of a perfect crystal of a pure substance which approaches to 0 when its temperature approaches to the absolute 0. So this is statement for the third law of thermodynamics. Third law. So option D is correct. In the question number 39, which one of the following statement is correct regarding the order and the molecularity of the reaction? Order and molecularity are always the same for a no. For an elementary reaction, they are same. Molecularity is determined by the experimentally, but order is determined from the balanced chemical equation. That's not true. Order can be fraction of 0, that is true, but molecularity always whole number, that is true. Option C is correct. Molecularity can be 0, but order always whole number, that is not true. So option C is correct. In the question number 40, which of the following molecules exhibit a seesaw geometry? The SF4, this is sulfur, total 6 electron. So this is this and this is a lone pair, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6 lone pair. So this is a seesaw geometry. Option A is correct. XCF2 linear, this is octahedral. And this is T-shape. Option A is correct. In the question number 41, which one of the following is the general formula for the simple symmetrical ethers? Simple symmetrical ether is option B. In the question number 42, in the UV visible spectrometry, absorbance is directly proportional to the absorbance is equals to epsilon Cl, directly proportional to the concentration. Volume, no. Wavelength, no. Option D is correct. In the question number 41, which one of the following is the general formula for simple symmetrical ethers? तो सिंपल सिमेट्रिकल जो ethers होते हैं तो उसमें ये ग्रुप रहता है सिमेट्रिकली एंड मिडिल में ऑक्सीजन रहता है, तो ऑप्शन बी इज करेक्ट. In the UV visible spectrometry, absorbance is directly proportional to. We know that according to the Lambert's-Beer's law, absorbance is equals to epsilon Cl and directly proportional to the concentration. So option D is correct answer. In the question number 43, read the following two statements carefully and select the correct option. The solubility of the fluorides and hydroxides of alkaline earth metals increases on decreasing the group. Solubility, so let's analyze the first statement. The first statement is wrong actually. Why? Because down the group, when we are going down the group for the alkaline earth metal, means Mg, like this, it is X2, 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 on the other hand BOH2. So in case of hydroxide, if we go down the group, the lattice energy will decreases and hydration energy is increases. So that's why the solubility is very high for the down the group for the hydroxide. But for the halides, specifically the fluorides, that is F, for the fluorides down the group, the lattice energy is decreases and also the hydration energy also decreases, and the solubility is depends upon the hydration energy minus lattice energy. So basically the decrease of hydration energy is significant for the fluorides, so that's why the solubility is low. Down the group the solubility is decreases. So first statement is wrong. Second statement, the decreasing of the lattice energy down the group is more significant than the decrease of the hydration energy. That is true. The decrease of the lattice energy down the group is more significant. Yes, that is more significant than the decrease of hydration energy. That is true because for most of the cases the decrease of lattice energy is very high in compared to the decrease of hydration energy. So the statement 1 is incorrect, but statement 2 is correct. Option A is correct. In the question number 44, when a salt of solution gives a deep blue color upon addition of excess ammonia, okay, the presence of which cation is most likely to be? In a salt solution, the solution of the copper 2 plus when it is hydrated, so CuH2O whole 6 2 plus, but in presence of excess ammonia, it will generate the CuNH3 whole 6 2 plus. So this is a deep blue color. So the correct answer will be B. Which of the species acts as an electrophile in the Friedel-Crafts alkylation? So in the Friedel-Crafts alkylation reaction, so this is a benzene ring. Suppose any substituent electron donating group R is present and any Rx. So any Lewis acid, suppose AlCl3 is present, it will coordinate to this halogen and it will release. After that, it will attack this cation. Like this, the mechanism occurs. So the first option, the alkyl cation forms RCl and AlCl3. That is true statement actually. So option A is correct. What happens when a molecule absorbs the infrared radiation? So infrared radiation belongs to the vibrational spectroscopy. Electrons are promoted higher, no. The molecule emits visual, no. Nucleus spin aligns, no. Higher radiation causes molecule vibration in the molecule, that is true. Option D is correct. In the question number 47, which one of the following statement about the carbon free radical is correct? So they are always generated by the heterolytic bond, no. Homolytic bond fusion. They are positively charged species with an unpaired electron, no. It is saying about the radical cation. They are highly stable due to the delocalization of charges. Always delocalization not possible. They have an unpaired electron and are generally highly reactive. That is most appropriate answer. Option D is correct. In the question number 48, which of the following amines react with the nitrous acid to form a stable diazonium salt? So let's see. Propyl amine in the warm water, aniline in the cold acid solution, cyclohexyl amine in the dry ethyl, ethyl amine in the dilute base. So let's draw first of all propyl amine. This is propyl methylpropyl amine. When it is react with the HNO2, that is actually aliphatic system. This is completely aliphatic system. Basically in this case, it will generate the diazonium salt, of course. This is N2 plus and Cl minus. But this aliphatic system is very much unstable because this N2 has no stabilization. So it will release to give the carbocation, and that is 1 degree primary carbocation, that is also unstable system. Aniline in cold acid solution. This is NH2 aniline. In the cold acid solution, we give that HNO2 and HCl. This is cold condition. It will generate the diazonium salt N2 plus Cl minus. But this aromatic ring will stabilize the N2 system. So this is a stable moiety. So the correct option will be option B. Which method is the best to increasing the reaction rate of in a kinetic study? If we add the inert gas to the system, then it will may slow down the reaction, because when we are adding the inert gas, its pressure is adding to the total pressure. So the pressure of the system, actually the gas is reacting, that is decreasing. सो आप अगर इनर्ट गैस को ऐड करते हैं कांस्टेंट वॉल्यूम में तो कोई इफेक्ट नहीं होगा रेट पे. इंक्रीजिंग इन द टेम्परेचर स्लाइडली, yes, that will increase the rate. According to the Arrhenius equation, we know that A e to the power minus EA by RT. So if we increasing the temperature, the rate also increases. So option B is correct. Is a more stable catalyst. That is not true. Decreasing in the reactant pressure, that is not depends upon that. The question number 15, what type of reaction is the Paterno-Bucci reaction? So first option is a rearrangement reaction, a redox reaction, a substituent reaction, a cycloaddition. So Paterno-Bucci is a 2 plus 2 cycloaddition reaction. So the example is that suppose this is hydrogen CH3 carbonyl plus this is alkene in presence of Ag. So it will form, this is a cycloaddition reaction. It will form this, oxygen is here and CH3 is here. So D is correct answer.